I was hit with this wave of almost sad energy, except sad isn't really the best kind of word to describe it, because really it was more of a very nostalgic energy. And it really feels like I am picking up on some kind of bond that is highly unique between two individuals. I feel intuitively that, and I'm already getting chills just beginning to tap into the energy of your bond with this person. Whoever is going to resonate with this reading, I feel that you have a very special bond with another individual, and it's the kind of thing that defies explaining to other people, but not just explaining to others. It also seems to defy being understood within your own mind. It feels like every time you try to wrap your mind around this person, this connection, what it is, what it means, it only seems to become more confusing and convoluted. I have the woman holding a heart in the upright position. And the moment I pulled that card and looked at it, I felt the energy of a divine feminine looking at this masculine she is so connected to, and almost feeling as though she is choosing between this person that she feels such a beautiful, profound, deep bond with, and herself. For some reason, I'm hearing I had to fight tooth and nail to either move forward from this person or situation, or this could be just in this divine feminine's life generally. Whoever I'm speaking to here, you are a fighter. And the reason that it's been necessary for you to have this warrior spirit is because you've incarnated in a soul group, a cluster, a community, a set of circumstances. There's something about the circumstances or social environment around your soul's physical incarnation that feels as though it's been very disaligned to your true soul nature, meaning you were one of a kind, but also isolated or even kind of ostracized by this group, by the people around you. I'm hearing this could be just energetically ostracized by the group think mentality of people around you, but this also could be literally ostracization, if that's a word, by actual individuals who, I'm hearing there's a lot of fear mentality around you. So these individuals may not necessarily be malicious. They are just very unconscious, very tapped into collective unconsciousness. For some reason, I'm picking up that some of these people around you may absorb a lot of media, social media, negative media, and this has programmed them in a way that is highly unconscious, and also in a way that is very fear-based. And without doing so intentionally, these others have projected their own fear-based consciousness onto you. Choices you've made, decisions you've made, a life path you're carving out for yourself that is very foreign to them because it is absent of fear. Not that you yourself don't ever experience fears, doubts, insecurities, because of course all of that is part of being human. But in spite of all of that, you choose to make the major choices in your life devoid of fear. You choose to set aside those fears and continue moving forward anyway. And again, the message that keeps coming up is this both makes you very unique, but also triggers this unconscious fear-based reaction from people around you or from society generally that then can cause you to feel very isolated or even attacked. Some of you might quite literally feel emotionally or energetically pummeled sometimes by the triggered unconscious shadow of others. This is a very interesting message. So with this woman holding a heart card, I feel that recently, whatever divine feminine I am speaking to here, a large theme on your current life path, your current journey, or rather the leg of this journey in life, has been about setting boundaries around your beautiful heart space, learning to tend to that very rare, very beautiful, very high vibrational garden of your own hearts. I'm hearing, in order to keep your heart open, you have to protect it with boundaries. You have to carve out space for it. Let me get some clarification on this, because the energy I'm getting is one of your greatest struggles has been being someone your entire life who is so heart open, who feels so intensely, and then encountering other people that take advantage of that heart openness by, I'm hearing, overutilizing your emotional energy, trying to replace their own lack of internal self-reconnection with your very profound ability to self-connect and to connect with others. So you might run into a lot of people who unconsciously drain your energy because these souls, I wanted to call them lost souls. Of course, no one is entirely lost, but they are very much living in fear and very disconnected from their own inner world. So when they see one like you who is entirely lit up with love, who's very deeply self-reconnected, you are someone who has I'm hearing a vivid imagination. You might be someone who has always had a very strong imaginative faculty from a young age. You may have always been someone who created artwork, music, writing. You are absolutely an artist or creator type. And the reason you've been able to do this is because however you exercise that imagination, your imagination is strong. And when I use the word imagination, I am not talking about delusion. I'm talking about you being able to tap into energy. And energy is very, very real, even though for most it is invisible physically. Your imagination has always been tied in directly with your ability to sense and interpret energy. And in connection with this, your ability to really deeply connect with your inner world. You are someone who, when you were a kid, you may have enjoyed playing alone. Even as an adult, you might spend and enjoy spending a lot of time alone. And this is because you enjoy your own company, because you are very familiar, again, with your inner world. You spend a lot of time, and I'm hearing you've always been a deep thinker and a deep feeler. So you've spent a lot of time in those corners and recesses of your own mind, which is actually you exploring your own energy field. And so this has become almost like a home space for you. And it's necessary for you to retreat back to that home space frequency, that inner world you're very much connected to, in order to tune the vibration of your presenting frequency, meaning how you show up in the world. It's kind of like recharging. I'm hearing like recharging an electric vehicle or something, where it's like the potential to move forward is always there. It's built into the vehicle. It's core essence. You have a core essence of limitless power and potential. But because you are here in physical form, having this human experience, you also must take that time to retune yourself to that core essence, to essentially recharge your batteries so that you can keep moving forward. I feel that may have provided clarity for someone who feels really guided to spend a lot of time alone. And from the Starseed Oracle, we actually have 2 cards coming out here: Cracked Open and the Cosmic Heart. The Cracked Open card says, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. I feel that your guides are coming through with a message from this card. First of all, I'm channeling into someone who has had a lot of rock bottom moments in their life. I'm just getting chills all over. You carry such a powerful light and a powerful frequency, but there have been times where younger versions, past versions of your physical self didn't recognize this power. And it's because others convinced you away from it or trained your frequency in a different direction and temporarily caused you to forget your own limitless power and potential. But the beautiful thing is, with the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer, you are now realizing that this heart within you, this ability to feel, to sense, is actually your greatest gift to give to the world. It's not a weakness. It's not a flaw, as I feel some others in your life I keep picking up may have actually convinced you this heart openness was weakness. But I do feel that at this time, you've been or are being divinely guided to set up some form of protection, boundaries around your heart, to continue being able to create, to show up, to be in the world as you are emanating this purest, fullest expression of the core soul frequency within you. So I'm going to pull a few cards from the traditional tarot deck. And of course, we have the Two of Cups. This is a very strong romantic partnership card. And we also have the Nine of Wands in the upright position. So what I'm picking up here is, again, that connection that came up at the very beginning of the reading, but then we got kind of sidetracked. I don't want to say sidetracked really, because I feel a lot of important messages came through from your guides and your higher self, but this has taken us full circle back to the beginning of the reading, that powerful soul connection that defies understanding or explanation. This very well could be a twin flame or possibly a very high level soulmate situation for many of you. This feels like I'm hearing there's a lot of potential here, just like we spoke on you being that electric vehicle that contains a lot of potential in your build, in your construction, but needs to be recharged in order to continue moving forward. Now I see why that metaphor came out, because it also applies to you and this person and this soul connection. The two of you in your build, in your soul DNA, as we could think of it, your soul essence, have a very strong energetic and soul deep compatibility. I see the two of you fitting together. You have a very strong soul and energetic foundation. However, with that very powerful energy can come a kind of intensity that can move in either direction. I often compare this to a magnet that can attract and repel with equal force. This magnet kind of symbolism is once again making me think it's very possible this could be a twin flame for some of you, but of course only you will know. I feel though that in the physical world, there's been a respect issue within this connection. Your souls highly honor, worship, and respect one another, which is why divine feminine listening, you keep continuously coming back to this individual, to this masculine. I feel that many people around you might think this isn't worth fighting for, or they might not understand why you are continuously pulled back to each other. I'm hearing not good for each other. This is what other people might be saying about you and this person. I'm getting this on both sides. They may have friends or family saying this. You may have friends or family saying this, like, it's just toxic. You're just not good for each other. And yet you are constantly pulled together again and again in the physical world. And it's because energetically you are entangled. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the World card in the reverse position. This speaks to a lack of completion, a lot of power, a lot of potential, but something that is still incomplete. And that is the frustration with this person. It is that you have very powerful shared soul intentions, not just at a higher level, but even in this lifetime. I feel that the two of you came here to share something together, to do something together. So when you feel the pull to this person, divine feminine, what you're really feeling is the pull to your shared soul intentions. And it's because you are and always have been so highly intuitive, so connected to that inner world, so connected to what your intuition is telling you about people, about situations, about your life path. Really, you're reading into these energetic potentials, and whether your human self and human mind would conceptualize it this way or not, what you're really feeling in the pull to this person is the pull to that highest timeline upon which you and this person are actually at this moment already fully united in the physical, living and serving the world, living a mission in some type of way. And you're feeling that like in your gut, in your soul. There's this sense of unfinished business with this other person. So regardless of how often you try to say goodbye to one another, that sense of unfinished business always brings you back together. However, what I'm also picking up is that you've gotten very tired of this situation with the 9 of Wands card that came out earlier. It really feels like this has been a drain on your energy. It's possible this has even felt as though it's affecting your physical health, just like physically exhausting you, draining you. And another card came out here. Yeah, we have the 7 of Swords. Particularly, this card can speak to someone trying to escape an interconnection with you, or lying, deceiving, being dishonest in some type of way. presenting one thing, but really being another. And I feel as though, whoa, another card just flew out. I feel as though this speaks to the fact that Divine Feminine, you may have felt as though this masculine has spent a lot of time trying to run away from what their soul is trying to tell them about you, about the connection you share. They've been trying to escape the soul intentions you created together in their physical human form. And I'm hearing it's because they are afraid. And again, this has led to a lot of frustration. I'm getting because you, Divine Feminine, have really spiritually evolved. And the more you evolve, the more heightened your psychic and intuitive abilities become. And along with this, the more you're able to pick up on any inconsistency in this masculine, any deceptive energy, any attempts to escape or deny your connection, whether you're in communication physically or not, all of this becomes heightened and therefore drains your physical energy to a greater degree the more spiritually evolved you become. So we have the Page of Wands, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Six of Wands reversed. So I see that you and this person may be at some type of distance in the physical 3D world, physically, mentally, emotionally. The frustration lies in the fact that I'm hearing it always feels like one step forward, two steps back with this particular masculine. There's a gnawing sense in the physical human form that you can't fully trust this person because they're still living in a projection of their own fears, like they are projecting their fears subconsciously onto the people around them, including you, and then reacting to those illusions created by that fear in a way that then is unfair to you, Divine Feminine. I see this masculine showing up as the Page of Wands energy. This does feel like kind of a light at the end of the tunnel sort of energy. It's like, although there's been a lack of progress with this masculine, and it might feel like one step forward, two steps back, I do feel as though this person is beginning to open their eyes. There is some hope here. I know a lot of this reading has been very heavy, but it does feel like this person has made, I'm hearing, invisible or unseen progress. Now, of course, I am absolutely not saying that this progress means you should remain emotionally, mentally, physically invested into the physical form of this person. Although your souls always will be connected in some way, you are the conscious creator of your life. I always do like to reiterate that. And the best way you can serve others is by having the courage to serve the highest version of yourself. But with that being said, in the extended version of the reading, since there's so much energetic potential, so much back and forth between you and this masculine, we will be channeling more deeply into your connection. We will be speaking to what is happening at the 3D level between the two of you, as well as at the higher self spiritual level, which might help to clarify why some of you listening might be feeling some of these very back and forth conflicting emotions around this person that others around you may not understand. So in addition to that channeled information about your connection to this masculine, I will be channeling messages from him specifically to you at both the human 3D level as well as the higher self level. So the link to those extended messages is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. You can access the video by signing up for our Patreon Soul Tribe. And again, all of that information is below. So let's go ahead and reshuffle the cards here and channel more information for you, Divine Feminine. So what else can I channel for the beautiful Divine Feminines tuned into this reading? By the way, I usually say this at the beginning, but if you would like me to channel more specifically into your energy, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because by liking and subscribing, these are forms of energetic transference, and it does allow me to pick up more easily on your energy. The dominant message on your energy field when we kind of step away from this very intense interconnection to this masculine is a new beginning with the Sun card. This is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck because it speaks to new beginnings. I keep hearing starting fresh. So you literally might be starting fresh in love, in work, in life. This really feels like it's bringing a lot of fresh potentials, opportunities, new energies into your life. I'm hearing as long as you keep your heart open to receiving these potentials. And I feel that's part of this heart protection we've been discussing. It's keeping your heart open to love that wants to reveal itself to you, whether that's in the form of a career path, a job opportunity, a financial opportunity, a friendship, a compliment, a gift from someone, a love interest. I feel as though you are really, I'm hearing, being guided to selectively open your heart exclusively to those higher vibrational, beautiful, mutually reciprocating kinds of opportunities that want to come to you, that are literally already coming to you, knocking on this door of your heart chakra. And at the same time, to really shut yourself off from allowing those lower vibrational energies to latch onto you or engage with you. It's really important to have this kind of discretion, and this discretion will amount to a form of, again, that protection, those heart boundaries. I keep seeing someone raising a dam in a river or lowering it. I'm no expert in these things, but it's the visual my guides keep showing me, because what they're showing me is how you actually determine what you let into your heart and what you close off from your heart. And it's by raising the dam, which in this case is actually focusing on raising your vibration internally. Because of course, it would be far too overwhelming and quite literally impossible to somehow be aware of everything that's trying to make its way into our energy field and say, okay, I'm going to let this in, but not let that in. So I'm hearing, let your vibration do the sorting and sifting by making your number one priority. What kind of vibration am I emanating? What kind of energy am I exuding? How am I showing up in the world? And that will do the sifting naturally for you without needing to involve your mind too much in quote unquote making these decisions about who or what you're going to close off or allow into your life. The ego likes to think it can do that, but really it's an impossible task. And in fact, for some of you, this may have been really overwhelming recently, trying to make the choices of, okay, do I talk more to this person? Do I let them into my life more? Do I invest in them emotionally, mentally, materially? And I feel the universe saying you don't need to make those choices. You can surrender those choices to the universe, and particularly to the knowingness of how this universe responds to your vibration, and make your number one priority the shifting, the clearing, the raising of that vibration. And as you emanate that, what is meeting you at that higher vibrational level, what you truly desire to allow into your heart, will make its way to you, will present itself in front of you. And that will also create this raising of your vibration, will naturally create a kind of protection against being aware of or receiving in those negative, lower vibrational energies, because they won't be aligned with you anymore at that higher level. And that will naturally make all of those quote unquote decisions that the ego thinks it has to make for you, if that makes sense. So a card came out here. Actually, this is 2 cards, because I did not know that the traditional tarot had already given us a card that had fallen out, and I had not noticed it. And the other card from the Energy Oracle cards deck is the Happy Family card in the upright position. This is a very strong indicator of a happy coming together, a reunification of you. And this could be a reunification in the sense of you knew each other in this life earlier on in life, but this also could be a reunification at a much higher level, meaning you knew each other in a past life and now you're meeting for the first time in your current physical forms in this lifetime. But regardless, I see this being a really happy thing on its way to you. And to the ego, this might be something that feels hopeless or feels distant, because I'm picking up on that as well. But we have the card 7 of Coins upright. This really speaks to continuing to persevere and being patient. I keep hearing, because this card can speak to making investments, but I keep hearing the investment is you. The investment is yourself. And as you make that daily investment in yourself, in your vibration, in your energy, that investment through your inner work, this is actually aligning you with this really happy, celebratory reunification with someone that I'm feeling will be romantic for many of you. If you're already with this person, this heralds a very positive shift forward in your connection as well. So take this as it resonates. So the interesting thing here is that this Happy Family card seems to come through making this investment in yourself. So it doesn't really seem connected to focusing on this person, being patient with this person. In fact, just speaking those words, the energy of, making the investment with this person, being patient, it brings up this kind of disaligned feeling in my solar plexus, which tells me it's actually slowing down the process. It's lowering your vibration to over fixate on this person as the prize or the goal or the outcome, when really the way around all of this, the way that you are manifesting this happy reunification, this reunion that your heart has so desired for a long time, this positive shift in love, is actually through this self-focus, this making of an investment in yourself, particularly your own vibration, your inner world. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be speaking more on this idea of making investments in yourself, which of course is the best type of investment we could possibly make. This feels highly vibrational, highly energetic. I'm sure many of you listening have already felt the divine guidance shifting you in this direction to invest more in yourself. And I also will be channeling how this could be leading to potential outcomes that we'll be looking into in love, romantically, whether it's with someone you've been connecting with for a while in the physical world, or whether this is the entrance of someone new entirely. So again, those extended details will be channeled into in the extended Patreon reading, which is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But for now, I do want to close the reading by just pulling one final card from the Rumi Oracle. Divine Discontent, and this is the number 12 card. December, of course, is the 12th month of the year, and as of when I'm posting this reading, it is December 2nd. Of course, these readings are timeless. Time does not exist at the quantum level. Take them as and when and how they connect with you. But I feel that because this is the number 12 card, this could mean that there is a message that's going to symbolically speak to themes for December in the Rumi Oracle guidebook for those of you who are listening to this in the month of December. So with that being said, let's read a bit from the guidebook. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. Rumi, there is a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable, underlying sense of anxiety that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart. That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet, as the heart matures, there will be a deep process of passionate longing that awakens us for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. And the guidebook also says, don't misinterpret the pain and think that something is going wrong. If you must seek understanding, then know this, dear blazing angel, you are just waking up from the deeper slumber, and with your awakening heart, you are realizing a truth. A part of you, deeper and wider, vaster and more instinctive, truthful and intelligent than your mind, is lonely for the divine embrace. And so it shall be. The discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist it. Witness it. Look beyond what is. So that feels like a beautiful place to close this reading. I will now be heading over to the extended reading on Patreon, where we will be channeling more into the connections that are attached to you in some way, including and especially that very intense connection to that particular masculine. We will also be channeling any further messages from your higher self or your spirit guides at this time about your current life path. So if you would like to access that extended reading with those additional details and channeled messages and pieces of information, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love, wishing you a beautiful remainder of your week, and I will talk to you again in Monday's reading.